Hello and welcome to another video, and on this episode I'm going to be talking about why I love Sakura Quest. This originally came to my attention since I heard it was going to be from the same guys that did Shirobako, a series that I enjoyed immensely, so I was hyped. Although that was only partially true. It's being produced by the same studio PA Works, and both shows do share a character designer, but apart from that the staff lists are completely different. Even though my initial reason for watching it is technically a misunderstanding, I don't regret picking it up as it's become my favourite anime of the spring season so far. So, let's get into it. Yoshino is a university student in Tokyo who's about to graduate, so she's been feverishly searching for employment, but after 30 failed applications, she's beginning to doubt herself. By a random stroke of luck, she receives an offer to play the role of a queen at a tourist attraction in a village called Manoyama. She decides to take the job thinking that it's only going to be for a couple of days. However, when she reads the contract more carefully, it stipulates that she has to stick it out for an entire year. While she's initially hesitant about spending so much time in the country, she warms up to her position and creates a group with 4 other women to help increase the town's tourism. I became enamored with this series very quickly, so I thought that creating a video about it would be easy, but when I sat down to write the script, I couldn't think of anything interesting to say. All of my initial observations were things that you could ascertain just by looking at the poster or reading the synopsis. The first thought that popped into my head is that this is really heartwarming and, well, yeah, no shit, it's a slice of life and cute girls doing cute things show. Of course it's going to be heartwarming. The next aspect that caught my eye was the characters. They all had significantly different personalities and designs, which is a genuine positive. However, when I sat down and thought about it for a few seconds, I realised that again, this is about cute girls doing cute things. Having variety in the cast is a requirement for this kind of anime, as the creators want to give the audience a bunch of options when they're choosing their best girls and waifus, so my quest to find something interesting to say continued. Then I had a closer look at the cast and I found that it wasn't just the variety that made the characters great, it was also how complex they were, to the point where I think they could have been easily changed into guys and the narrative would have been just as good. This might seem like a negative, but what I mean by that is their temperaments, beliefs and life struggles are not gender specific. They're not endearing female characters. They're endearing characters that just so happen to be female, and this makes them extremely relatable. Regardless of your background, it's very easy to identify with Yoshino as she's having trouble finding work after university. It's a problem that many people go through in their younger years. Then there's Sanai, who moved to Manoyama because she wanted to escape from her extremely stressful white-collar job after realising how replaceable she was, which I'm sure is another common issue in many areas of employment. To me, the race, gender and age of a character are all insignificant. What truly matters is how they're written, and these girls are written excellently. While this certainly wouldn't be as popular with a male cast, I believe that if they kept the writing at the same quality, the emotional impact it's had on me would be just as strong. There's another side to the cast though that makes it even greater, and that is the townspeople who act as antagonists. The girls aren't fighting with some kind of overwhelming evil. What they're going up against is everyone's apathy and their stubbornness about sticking to old traditions. Their plans to make Manoyama more attractive to outsiders are constantly blocked by these people, and sometimes for extremely frustrating reasons. However, the locals aren't portrayed as these irredeemable douchebags that will always oppose anything that's put in front of them, since they're willing to come around if the correct idea is presented to them in an appealing way. By having the girls take the harsh criticism that's flung at them into account, it often results in a much better outcome, showing that it's important to get everyone involved when you're trying to achieve a lofty goal like this. The final element that caused me to fall in love with this show is that it's covering an issue that's prominent in the world today. With lack of employment causing everybody to move to urban areas, many rural towns are on the decline, businesses are shutting down, and there's a significant lack of funding. This is something that I've experienced personally. For a short time I was living in a small town of about 1,500 people where they couldn't afford to water the school's oval, and being that I'm in Australia where it's really hot, this meant that during summer, the kids couldn't go on the oval since all the grass would die, there'd be nothing left but hot sand and prickly weeds, and that's no fun to play on. And that's not even mentioning the many variety of poisonous snakes that would love to come out at that time. Oh, could you imagine the uproar if a kid got bitten by a snake at school? Ugh. It was a mess. This isn't something that has an easy solution either, since what worked in one place may not necessarily work in another, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this situation plays out in Manuyama. Even though this season is filled with sequels to incredibly popular anime, this has still managed to gain a large following, and I'm really happy about that because it deserves it. I understand if many of you are hesitant about this, since the track record of PA Works is very mixed, but this is looking like it's going to be one of their best series yet. Let's just hope they don't fuck it up like they did with many of their other titles. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you have any feedback, please leave a comment, and if you want to see more, feel free to subscribe as well. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.